Hey everybody, this is Tip Tuesday by PD. My name is Bo Reby. Recently we had a couple questions about how best to make it back from a long spot. Now, like most things, there's no exact answer for this one. Unfortunately, I can't tell you you always must do this and this is 100% the best thing to do because it depends. It depends on a lot of different things. It depends on the conditions. Obviously, it depends on the make and the size of your parachute. I'd say it depends on the wing loading, your flying style, what you're wearing. Like, there's a lot of different things that kind of go into where the parachute is flying. But that's what it comes down to, is figuring out where the parachute is going. So there's something called the accuracy trick. It's a very generic name, not very exciting, but the actual trick itself is something that everybody needs to know how to do, which is figuring out essentially where that canopy is going. And the trick involves finding the point on the ground out ahead of you that is not moving. A lot of times when I talk about this, like if you think of yourself on final, it's pretty easy to see where you're going because it's the point on the ground that's not moving. Now it's easier on final because you're a couple hundred feet over the ground. But once you get 4,000 feet over the ground, it's a lot harder to figure out where that parachute is going and where that point on the ground that is not moving, where the ground above it is going up and where the ground below it is coming towards you. That's where you're heading to. So it's something that you kind of have to practice over time. Start figuring it out on final and then figure it out and then gradually move your altitudes up to where you can start pinpointing that location that you're going to, because that's going to tell you where the parachute is going. So then the next step to making it back from a long spot is experimenting with your control inputs and figuring out which of those control inputs, whether it's using your brake toggles, whether it's using your rear risers, and how much of each of those inputs, figuring out which one of those and how much is going to allow you to visualize or see where that point is and how it's moving. So if I'm trying to make it further, obviously I want to do whichever control input is going to put my point on the ground furthest out on the horizon, essentially. So that's kind of the experiment that you have to try over time, and you're just, with different canopies, you're going to get better at it. With more and more jumps, you're going to get better at it. With different parachutes, it's going to change a little bit. But it's something that as you jump more and more and more, you're going to get more comfortable figuring out immediately where that point is that's not moving, and then experimenting with your inputs to figure out how best to elongate that point. I hope this makes sense. It's kind of a tricky one. There's no exact answer again, but hopefully you can go out and you can practice this accuracy trick. If you come up with a more exciting name for it, let me know. But that's really what it comes down to, is knowing where your parachute's flying and then how to manipulate your parachute to get yourself as far as possible. Cool. Hope this helps you all, and I'll see you out there. Bye.